Alright, today very, very neat trick, a chicken Caesar spring roll. Now I know many of you have had spring rolls in Asian restaurants, and here's the key to the spring roll. It's the spring roll skin, also known as rice paper, and it's made out of rice flour, sometimes tapioca flour, but it is extremely thin and translucent and just a really, really cool thing to work with, and it's like the ultimate low-carb wrap because it's like barely there. Step one, you're going to soak it for about 20 seconds in some room temperature water. Now what I'm going to show you here, I'm going to do one to the perfect texture and then do one too far so you can see the difference. See how it goes from stiff till you can kind of start bending it, and then it still feels kind of stiff, and then it just starts to feel like it's getting easy to work with, like right about there. So it kind of bends easily, yet it still has some texture, it still has some firmness. That's what you want. Now let me show you one that goes too far. All right, I'm going to keep dumping this in the water. See how it becomes kind of stretchy and gets kind of rubbery? That's too far. So that's what we want at the end when we wrap it, but we can't work with it like that. So that is too hydrated. All right, so let's do one for real here. So I'm going to dip it in, and I didn't time it. It's probably about 10-15 seconds in the water. So you can just see it's just kind of bendable. Alright, now you really need one of the silicone baking mats to do this. I find that the best surface to work on. Some people like a wet kind of kitchen towel to work on, but these silicone mats are just incredible for so many things. So put it down. You see it's still, I can still move it around, so it's not soft yet. So that was maybe 15 seconds in the water. I'm going to put a big handful of baby romaine leaves. You can use any mixed greens for this, but I'm going to call this a chicken Caesar spring roll, so I'm going to go with romaine. I had some leftover chicken strips, so I put a couple ounces of that. For some color, yes, strips of red bell pepper. What were you expecting? Alright, and of course, do I need to tell you, you can put any veggies in here. Now I'm not going to put any dressing in this. Alright, I'm going to top it with another handful of greens. I'm going to serve my dressing on the side so I can kind of dip it. Alright, now here's how you fold it. I'm going to take the sides, which I left about 1.5 inches, 2 inches clear on each side. I'm going to fold those over, and then I'm going to grab the bottom. And again, the reason I like the silicone mat is this won't stick to it. And you're going to kind of fold it up and just start rolling. And as you roll, you can get a little tighter and a little tighter, and by this time, that thing is rubbery and sticky. And it will just all roll up and wrap up, and I'm going to loop this so you can see that again. So fold in the sides. Alright, and because it took you a minute to get your filling in there, the rice paper continued to soak up that water. It's really rubbery, kind of sticky. So as you roll this, it kind of sticks on itself like that, just like saran wrap. And it lets you roll it up into a nice, fairly tight bundle. Now if you're going to do a bunch of these for a party, what I suggest is taking some paper toweling, alright, and just give it a little roll up in a damp paper towel. Now that's not soaking, dripping wet. I wrung it out pretty well, and that's basically how I held mine until I was ready to serve. Now here's what I'm going to do. You can do this a few ways. I'm just going to cut this right in half, but at a 45-degree angle, right in the middle. Use a nice sharp knife. Alright, let the knife do the work so you get a nice clean cut. Look at that. That is so cool. And again, what keeps it together, that just incredibly thin rice paper. I mean, you probably can't even count the carbs in that. It's probably like 1. Alright, so it's just veggies, chicken, the lettuce. I put a little Caesar dressing there. You're going to dip that and eat that. That is such a cool trick. Alright, so there's another thing you can do here. If you want, you can cut these in smaller pieces. Say you're doing a dinner party, and you want to do little finger foods. You could easily cut those rolls into 4 or 5 pieces each. Serve it with a dipping sauce. Just a great, great idea for any kind of appetizer. Switch up the meats, the veggies. That size is pretty good to work with, but you can, they come in different size rice papers. They come in like 6-inch rounds and 9-inch and 12-inch and so forth. I use the large one. All right, and I don't want to hear, oh, I can't find rice paper. I can't find spring rolls. Yes, you can. It's in any major supermarket's Asian section, wherever the little rice noodles and wontons and Thai ingredients are. That's where it is. Okay, so it's there. You just never look for it. Don't be scared. Ask somebody, or God forbid, order it online, and you can make these really, really easy, delicious, extremely low carb and healthy little roll-ups or spring rolls, whatever you want to call them. All right, enjoy.